a nation pauses, remembering the complex legacy of Dick Cheney. It's with a heavy heart that we mark the passing of a true giant of American politics. Dick Cheney, the 46th Vice President of the United States, has left us at the age of 84. More than just a title, he was a husband, a father, a grandfather, and a figure who shaped the course of modern history in ways we are still grappling with today. The news came not from a cold, official press release, but from the warm, loving words of his family. In a statement that feels both profoundly personal and deeply moving, they shared that he passed away peacefully, surrounded by the people who meant the most to him. His beloved wife of 61 years, Lynn, his daughters, Liz and Mary, and other cherished family members. After a long and very public battle with his health, complications from pneumonia and cardiac disease finally claimed the man who had famously cheated death numerous times. But his family's words don't focus on the politics or the power. They paint a picture of the man they knew and adored. They described him as a great and good man who taught his children and grandchildren to love their country fiercely and to live by an unshakable code of courage, honor, love, kindness, and fly fishing. That last bit, the fly fishing, is the kind of tender, human detail that reminds us all that behind the formidable public persona was a person who found peace and joy in life's simple pleasures. Their closing words are a testament to a life fully lived and a love deeply shared. We are grateful beyond measure for all Dick Cheney did for our country, and we are blessed beyond measure to have loved and been loved by this noble giant of a man. In an era of division, that kind of unwavering familial devotion is something we can all understand and respect. To talk about Dick Cheney's legacy is to step into a complex and often contentious story. He was, without a doubt, one of the most powerful and consequential vice presidents in American history. Serving alongside President George W. Bush from 2001 to 2009, he was a pivotal architect of the nation's response to the 9/11 attacks. For many, he was a steadfast defender of national security, a man willing to make the tough calls in the face of terror. For others, his role in launching the Iraq War and his stance on interrogation techniques made him a deeply controversial figure, and his capacity to surprise and confound expectations never faded. In his later years, he found himself at odds with the very Republican Party he helped shape, becoming a vocal critic of former President Donald Trump. His principles led him to a stunning final political act, casting a vote for Democrat Kamala Harris in the 2020 election. It was a move that shocked many, proving that his allegiance was to his country and his conscience above any party line. Then there are the moments that became part of American folklore, for better or worse. Who could forget the shocking hunting accident in 2006? The image of the powerful vice president accidentally shooting his 76-year-old friend was a surreal chapter in his life. The friend survived, but the incident became a permanent part of the Cheney narrative. A humanizing, albeit terrifying, reminder of how quickly things can change. Through it all, his health was a constant, very public battle. He suffered his first heart attack at just 37 years old. And for decades, he waged a war against cardiovascular disease that seemed as determined as his political will. In 2012, he received what he later called the gift of life itself, a heart transplant. That gift gave him 12 more years. 12 more years with his family, 12 more years to reflect, and 12 more years to continue speaking his mind. The story of Dick Cheney is not a simple one. It's a story of immense power and profound controversy, of fierce loyalty and surprising defiance. But today, as the political debates quiet for a moment, we are reminded that it is also the story of a man who was deeply loved. So, we extend our sincerest condolences to Lynn, To Liz, to Mary, and to all his grandchildren, friends, and the countless individuals whose lives he touched, we invite you to share your own memories and reflections below. What will you remember most about this formidable figure in American life? His unwavering resolve, his complex legacy, or the picture of a man by a quiet stream, fly fishing rod in hand, surrounded by the family he loved so dearly?